We are active. I hope you guys enjoy this audio now.
Yeah.
Could do ASMR like.
Oh nah. I was back. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Black Friday.
All that. It's soon to come Cyber Monday. Today. What am I talking about today? This is episode 11. Yup.
Episode 11.
Back with another one for your head top. Welcome back to Ground Zero.
I had somebody tell me about Black Friday, and I forgot what he said. He said, what did he say? He said, do you know like the history of Black Friday? Like what actually is Black Friday?
Yeah, but I don't remember. I heard theories. That's all I can say.
That's what I'm saying. Like me personally, I thought the theory was like the Pilgrim, like it was like the mass murder, so it was called Black Friday. But then he was like, nah, it's obviously something to do with black people. Like,
yeah.
Forgot what he said, bro.
Yeah, I heard it was something along those lines, like a black people thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was to like manipulate them in a way or like. I'm about to get into that because I really don't remember.
Yeah, me neither. But how was your Thanksgiving though?
It was super chill. This is probably the most chill Thanksgiving I've had. Yeah, in a while. I feel like all my past Thanksgivings, I've gone somewhere or people have come to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Today it was just me and my sister, my father. Really chill shit. What about you?
Yeah, I don't even remember. I mean, we was chilling, regular. Ate. For me, like my diet don't really allow me to indulge in the Thanksgiving activities, so I just did my usual little fish, teared up some mac and cheese or some sweet potato. That's about it.
They ain't do nothing at work. No Thanksgiving type. I mean,
we had a gym.
It's at a gym, yeah.
Like,
it's at a gym.
We had a gym, so like, imagine.
That would be so crazy.
Yeah.
You pull up and there's hella food there at the gym. I have to quit.
Surprisingly, there's hella people in there too, but like, yeah. And them people dedicated as hell going to a gym on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving, right?
I like that.
Yeah. Commend them. Damn, I lost my train of thought.
My bad, I'm tired.
Yeah, you could probably tell we all zooted right now.
Yeah. Off that.
Zooted, bro.
Oh, that good cushion alcohol.
We don't do drugs.
Some down bitches I could call. That song used to be fire. Oh, I ain't gonna get into this.
Oh man.
Long as my bitch line.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about. Alright, chill. That's Future, right?
Future, Drake, and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
That's a crazy ass combo.
Yeah.
Wow. Phone busting.
Yo, what was I about to say?
Yo, say what's up to the camera.
Really?
Say what's up to the camera.
Really?
Bang on them.
Splash.
You feel me? Bang on them.
Whole lot of gang. Shh.
Alright, my fault, yeah, but what you saying?
I still don't remember, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It was something Thanksgiving related. But I guess we could just hop into it. It'll probably come back.
Alright.
But yeah, speaking of Thanksgiving, it's like, I think it has something to do with what you said about your diet. Like, Thanksgiving for me, honestly, it's not really different. I don't know. Lately, I've been getting a lot of, I guess, criticism, or yeah, you could say criticism about my diet, the way I eat. But it's like, I keep telling people, it's like, once you're doing this for a reasonable amount of time, you don't really have those cravings for any other kind of meat. You feel me? Once you commit, it just is what it is. After like the first 2 months, you'll be straight. So people been acting crazy about it. Like, yo, you don't miss oxtail? You don't miss curry goat? Blah, blah. Yeah, I miss it. But I'm just not a slave for pleasure. So
That's a good way to put it. Because I feel like a lot of people, man, that's why I don't talk about my diet in public like that. Like, 'cause it's like, what the fuck? What do you mean you don't you don't eat so and so? I'm like, I don't. That's the end of that.
It's just what it is. You know what I mean? Why do you? It's like, why is it making you upset?
Exactly. Like, you're not my stomach or my mouth.
Yeah.
Relax.
Like, chill out.
You don't have any like.
And the other day too, I was talking to one of the homies, and it was like, oh, I don't like. What was he saying? Like, I don't really care too much about the vegan thing because I just think it's stupid.
That's what he said?
Yeah. And I was just like, it's so much I could have said back to that, but at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Look at this fucking cat.
You feel the way. That's why you just threw up. Son just harked up twice over here. This cat really low-key the star of this show.
You gotta give him an episode.
Yeah, a whole episode.
Nah, but yeah, he said, so you just bashed veganism? Like,
yeah. And it's like, I'm not even vegan.
Yeah, we're not even vegan, so it's like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, but.
And it's like, I could kill you. I could kill anybody who say veganism is stupid or any kind of, like, you know, vegetarianism or whatever. It's like, everything has its purpose. Everything has its pros and cons, you feel me? You can't say something stupid just because you disagree with it or you feel like it's not for you. Like, it's just not for everybody, you feel me?
Right.
But I ain't even, like, getting too pissed about that because it's like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So it's like, it is what it is. I mean, if you was, like, coming at my lifestyle, like the way I live my life or something like that, then I would feel some type of way, but I don't give a fuck about it. Come on. I don't really care about that.
Right. I mean, I think it's pretty ignorant to even just like bash other dietary. Like,
yeah.
You realize, because I feel like that's just a American thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you go to like India, they're mainly vegetarian and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You go to other places, they don't have the luxury to even afford meats.
Certain
and stuff
meats,
like.
yeah.
I mean, we just have everything,
Mm-hmm.
and we just, you know, and then that could go into like basically how our supply. Like you have you seen the news lately where they said they're trying. I don't know if it was plant-based alternatives or just alternatives, but they're essentially just trying to create more alternative meats. Like, we kind of going in that direction. Yeah. You feel me?
I think I get what you're saying. So
because our supply is running
down, so it's making like fake meat.
Yeah, I think they said 2040. 3. Around 2043, around there is when we should be like
the fully artificial type shit. And it's crazy because that's one of the main reasons why. Well, no, what I'm saying is, when I learn recipes and stuff like that to cook now, it's mainly all vegetarian or like vegan. And it's like, at first that wasn't on purpose,
right?
But I just want to gain that knowledge so I know how to make that shit. You know, I know how to cook stuff that I like. That's, you know, all plant-based. Because it's easy to whip up some fish or whatever, season, throw it in there, cook it. But it's like, it always seems like a struggle when it comes to finding like plant-based only meals, you feel me? To like substitute for certain proteins and stuff like that. But then another thing is like, I think that's a very Americanized way of thinking too. Like, meals aren't only about protein, you feel me? Protein's in everything too. So it depends on the lifestyle you live. Me, I'm trying to gain weight, I'm trying to gain muscle, so stuff like that's important. But otherwise, you don't really need to. But
see, with like, here's a problem with America too. It's probably outside. I live in America, so I could say this. Like, it's a marketing tactic. They plaster like, this has protein. This, like, if you go,
for sure.
If you go anywhere, that'd probably like be the first thing. Like, oh, this bag of nuts has 10 grams of protein or something like that, big as hell. Yeah. When you actually look at the label at the end,
nutrition
you have
content,
to legit eat the whole bag
to get whatever
all 10 grams of protein. Like, it's all marketing, man.
And this is just how they be like marketing and promoting certain protein bars, and it'd be like 6 grams of protein.
Word, like that's not that much.
It's not doing nothing for
like
me.
I could just eat an egg.
Yeah, and I'll be busting off that. Yeah,
like
they do it. Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of it is marketing. A lot of it drives the way we think and eat, operate, all that.
Bless you.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck is in my throat? Shit. But yeah. On that note, I feel like, did you overeat at all this Thanksgiving?
No. Well, see, like, it's hard because, like, I've been doing really shitty as far as my diet. And what I mean by that is just, like, my time management with my meals has been terrible.
Very off.
Like,
I mean, granted, you just started, like,
yeah.
you just embarked on a new journey, so to speak. So
Yeah.
it's like
So
getting
I'm, like,
accustomed.
literally trying to figure out life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the first week, ironically, I had it set. But, like, this week has just been, like, nah.
Yeah. It'd be like that. Stuff just get hectic.
So, I think I ate my calories, but I don't think it looked like I ate a lot, but then if you actually break it down, nah. But yeah. So,
Right.
But
I mean,
I ain't tweak out and like eat like 5 plates or nothing like that. Though.
Yeah.
Like, it was just literally 2 plates of mac and cheese. I had fish.
damn, I need some water. You got water?
Yeah, I got you. I had fish and red velvet cake and sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Brief intermission.
Brief intermission. Keep it brief. Keeping it brief. You seen that video? It was a reel. It was like when you at a friend's house and a friend bring their friend, but then the mutual friend leave.
Talking to me?
Damn. Fuck it.
You talking to me?
Yeah, nigga. Appreciate you. Nah, I was asking if you seen, it was this video. It was basically showing how, like, when you go to a friend's house and a friend bring a friend, but then the mutual friend leave and it's hella awkward.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I felt just now.
Need assistance.
That was fire.
I'm going to be hiring for assistance soon. Maybe. You bring us water and stuff.
For sure. Give you $10 an hour.
That's too much, bro.
Bro, we don't even be here for an hour. Well, it depends. It depends.
But then we got to do like, gotta change up the LLC and all that stuff. So
Yeah, gotta pay people.
yeah. If you want to start a business, don't. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You said don't.
Don't. Like taxes. Oh my god.
That's the thing.
You
gotta really learn about write-offs and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
I ain't in that realm.
I mean,
yet.
the work at the end of the day is beautiful. I mean, the reward at the end of the day is beautiful, but oh my god, the risk and the work you gotta put in. Yeah, but yeah, I think so. Like, I can't get my lips. I think with like diet in general is a huge problem with a lot of people, and I understand why, because I see this every day. Everything is just too easy to access.
Yeah.
And it's just very convenient versus
And
like
it's a lot too. It's a lot that's easy to access.
Like where I work at now, like next door is a Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. I looked at it when I was leaving the other day. I'm like, that's crazy.
Then if you look across the street, it's a fried chicken spot. No, it's 2 fried chicken spots.
It's like, what do you? It's way too much options around this.
There's an IHOP down the street. It's Wendy's around the corner. Checkers is across the street from the Wendy's.
And it's all in the hood. That's
All
why.
in the hood.
Something to note too, if you notice, like in suburban areas, stuff like this not close near their homes, and in like urban areas is relatively close. You feel me? It's easy to access. Like Central Ave is right down the street. Everything you want is on Central. Every type of food. So it's like that's sort of what I'm getting at, is that plays into the fact that black people are the most. They suffer the most from like heart attacks and diabetes and stuff like that.
Right.
and it's because of the environments that they put us in. You feel me? The way that we operate, and you can say a lack of discipline on our end too. But at the same time, it's like it's what we could afford. It's like the lifestyle we forced into.
And then that gets into like even. Damn, that's a loophole right there. It even gets into like the housing rates, like as far as like renting, and like, all right, now we have to work 2 jobs to just even be able to live in these apartments that the rent is just going up crazy. Now I don't really have time to even cook and prep my meals, so now I gotta go on Central Ave, and like the only thing that's open at 2 or 3 in the morning is Wendy's. So now
you in a loop.
You in there, and then we go to McDonald's, blah blah blah. Like,
it sucks. It sucks. It
like,
just sucks.
We can't even try to move out the hood because credit. Like,
there's so many factors.
So you really got to put in that extra 100%.
That's why I feel like the first step is just being aware, though. You feel
being aware and then being disciplined, like. But that's the thing too. Like, as a whole, as a human race, we should be disciplined. But like when you even break it down to like race and just circumstance. You know, white people don't really have to be that disciplined. It's like it's laid out for them. Laid out,
exactly. Like I said, you live in the suburban area, you automatically, you feel me, getting molded to that sort of lifestyle.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it on the grand scheme.
That's fucked up.
That's really like, fucked up.
Like, damn. Like, even now, at my job, we've been trying to like figure out how to get like a smoothie spot in there. Like
in the gym?
Yeah. But for some reason there's a barrier or like a obstacle, and it's like, why?
I was just about to ask, is somebody you got to go through? Up the chain?
Yeah, but like the one in Clifton got one.
Right. Yeah, it's like, well, we can't have one.
Yeah. Do you
I get
like,
what you're saying? Yeah.
Just think about like, damn.
They always randomly fighting.
Yo. Nah, but like think about going to a gym, right? That means you want to change you at least want to change your lifestyle and like be more healthy. So why not have healthy options in the gym? You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as I go outside the gym, I should not see Dunkin' Donuts. I should not see fried chicken. I should not see all these.
It's like, it's not like, what's the word?
It's not fair.
It's not fair, and it's like, just it's counterintuitive for a fitness facility. Yeah, like, you feel me? And think about it too. It's like a whole nother like segment of customers in a sense, because some people might just come there just for the smoothies. But I don't know. But I don't know if you have to have a membership or whatever. Y'all will work that out. But I'm just saying, it'll attract that much more people in general. So
I like, yo, this spot got the smoothies in there.
Yeah, you feel me? It's fire.
Yeah.
So, it's yeah, that goes deep. That goes deep. That whole concept of like how fluid and options is placed around this.
Fucking real estate and demographics. This shit is crazy.
That's how they value homes and all that shit. I haven't, to answer the earlier question, I haven't like overeaten. Well, did I last year? I don't think I overate last year. But it's like I've learned my lesson too. That's the worst feeling in the world. Like, you ever overeat and then you can't move, you don't feel comfortable. Like
this.
I don't understand why anybody ever did that, or why I ever like. I just feel like that concept in itself is like, it's stupid. It's stupid as hell.
Right.
It's just greed and gluttony. It's like you've been honed in that way from living in this American lifestyle. But yeah, controlling the way you eat is, I don't know, I feel like it's a major game changer in general, like just in the way you carry yourself. Like it has a lot to do with like your growth as a person. And you know, that's something like that rolls over into many different aspects of your life. It's like implementing discipline on the smallest of levels, you know, just like making it better every morning kind of thing. It's like something like that rolls over.
I feel like if you can control your stomach and your penis or genitals, men and women, that just shows how successful you'll be in life. Because those are like the two main things that people have the hardest thing to control.
Yeah. I feel like one thing that I use too to help me like guide the way that I eat and the way that I just operate in general is like, I'm not gonna remember these word for word, all of them, but the concept of ma'at, you heard of it before? Ma'at, yeah, I probably brought it up to you. It's like an African ideology, I guess you could say,
right?
Like a better term. But essentially, what I'm getting at is, for example, when you're thinking about, or like when you're about to go get something to eat or something like that, using ma'at, you would think about, how is what I'm about to consume going to be beneficial to me? Am I eating this just because I'm a slave to the food? Am I like, you know, you think of things in that kind of way when you're about to consume food or when you're about to take any sort of action in life.
Right.
You look at it from a holistic sort of perspective and, you know, make sure that it's not something that's being done strictly out of like, you know, from a pleasure standpoint, or if not pleasureless, like mindless in a sense. You feel me? Just doing it just because kind of thing. But it helps me a lot though in general, because it's like if this doesn't have any nutritional value in any sense, it's like I don't need to be consuming it. And it doesn't have to be that extreme, but you know, it's something to use as a guide. I wish I remembered all of them. If I brought the book, I would have been fire. Could have read them off.
A lot of people would probably argue with you and say like, well, that's not fun. Like,
tough.
That's tough. But
that's a problem.
It's like, do you want to have fun? Do you want to have fun for a short period of time and then deal with long-term issues for the rest of your life? Or do you want to just, you know, coast and, you know, have a little, you can still have fun. Yeah. Like, you can still eat certain foods. It's just moderation. I don't think nobody knows how to do portion control. Nobody knows how to do moderation.
Exactly.
Like, moderation isn't eating cake, a slice of cake once a night. Even though if you probably would have ate like 2-3, it's a good progress, but like
still not. Yeah, it's not
down
ideal.
To like once a week or like once a month. You know, work your way down. Like, I know Saturday I'm gonna eat this cake. I feel like that's what I mean. Like I would do stuff like that. Like, yeah, Saturday, you know, I worked hard pretty hard this week.
You treat yourself a little bit.
Treat myself, right? Then, as time goes on, kind of just stop thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like
away.
It doesn't matter because it's ultimately it's a certain type of lifestyle you want to live. It's something. It's a goal that you want to achieve in a sense. So it's like that's not. You just won't always be thinking about rewarding yourself.
Exactly, because you're rewarding yourself by staying healthy.
Exactly.
At the end of the day. But you feel me? Like, people go and look at this and be like, nah, that's crazy, bro. Like, nah, I need my 10-piece chicken wing.
You don't need that. You want that.
I need my, I don't even know. Seafood boil, I guess. I don't know what people be eating no more. I don't be paying attention to that. Like,
eating everything.
Listen,
Chick-fil-A.
I'm definitely not one of those dudes you want to take to a party if it's like food related. You feel me? You gonna hate me,
anything. Bro. I don't even like. I don't know. I like eating my own food. I like to know what go in there.
You sound like my father, bro. Like,
honestly, like I'm not too excited.
I understand though. Like,
yeah,
that's why my dad looked like how he looked, because like he do not eat. If he ain't cooking, he not eating it.
Right.
Like,
that's one of the main reasons why I don't like to eat out as much. Is because I like to know at least who's making my food.
Right.
You feel me? So just try to stay away from that.
Right. Be surprised how people cook, man. Hella canola oil, hella vegetable oil.
That shit is sickening. Sickening, bro. Another thing too is fasting is like a good way to manage the way you eat too, and it has a lot of benefits that comes along with it. Because that's another big part of eating is not eating. It's like you got to be able to know when to give your system a break and give it time to like sort of regenerate, I guess.
That's the sick part about bodybuilding too, because bodybuilders, they gotta eat like 6 times a day. Yeah. And just to like maintain, like,
it be killing me because it's like I want to gain weight, but at the same time it's like I don't want to be eating this much all the time.
That's why a lot of them be having health problems for real, like if they not on steroids at least, but like a lot of them be having like serious health problems because it's like some of them have too much muscle on them to where they technically are overweight. And
a lot of bodybuilders are just obese. Honestly,
for real, just very like like not fat obese, just muscularly
overweight,
and like
not obese.
And like when you think about how much blood and energy that takes to maintain,
it's definitely draining.
Definitely
draining.
But like, no, I definitely agree. Like fasting is, people associate fasting with like losing weight, but it has nothing to do with that. Like that's just, like you saying earlier, holistic. It's like a cleanse, like purifying your body essentially, like giving your body some time to rest and understand your environment and understand what's going on.
Instead you need that reset. Like, constantly giving it food is like, that's how you get build up in your colon. And now you can't absorb food the right way. And then you get like gassy, you get bloated quickly, you start getting constipated. Well, it's not only for the losing weight, there's a lot of other health factors too. So
like at least let your body take everything out, you know what I mean? Because like you realize, like I look at it like this, like you pile on food, some people don't poop every day because they're not getting enough fiber. It's like you just stack like imagine this imaginary stomach. This is the stomach. Stack.
Now it's time to go.
You trying to go? It's a hell of shit that got to go. You can only shit once at like, so much at a time.
So now you just keep stacking.
You just stacking more food on top.
And it's never really going away.
Never going away.
That's toxic.
5-10 pounds of shit in your colon.
Toxic.
Like
that's toxic.
That's been there for like 2-3 months now, just rotting in your body. Just think about like that.
And it's the quality of food, because don't get me wrong, you still gotta eat. You gotta eat to support your calorie intake, like your calorie goals. Otherwise, your metabolism is not gonna agree with you. But it's the quality of food, like we're saying. If you're eating a bunch of bull, it's not gonna benefit you in any way. It's just gonna stack up, make you constipated. But if you're eating the right amounts of fiber, good fruit. Just a balanced diet in general. For me, you'll definitely notice a difference. Like I was a lot more constipated before I stopped eating meat. So,
I look at it like this too. Like I can't really even like show a good picture of this, but like I think of, all right, say what's a bad food? Chips. It goes in your body, right? Then there's things in your body that pulls away the nutritious parts of it. Like there's not really nothing, if there is anything, right? If there's nothing nutritious about it, it stays whole and then just rots away in your stomach and then sits in your stomach, versus like a banana. You got the potassium and everything in there.
That got somewhere to go. You feel me? You got glucose in there that's going to your energy system.
Boom.
You storing stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot more. That's the quality of the food. So all that stuff matters when it comes to just dieting habits in general, and like understanding what you eat. Don't just shove everything in your mouth. And you made a good point too about the whole rotting thing too, because it's another thing a lot of people struggle with is like eating combinations. which
you put me on that.
I still kind of struggle with too. We all do because we still accustomed to eating a certain way.
Yeah.
So it's just to learn what and what not to mix. You feel me? Like mixing, like you don't want to mix like sugars or like syrups and pancakes. It's like you don't want to mix that because the way it digests.
I love me some.
Me too. I literally just ate some French toast with syrup the other day. I'm just saying, your body, your digestive system operates in stages. You feel me? So depending on what you eat, it has certain fluids to digest one thing first, then digest the next and the next. So let's say I'm eating pancakes with syrup. I'm digesting the syrup first, but the whole time I'm doing that, the pancakes is just rotting in my stomach. You feel me? By the time they go down, it's like now you gassing, you shitting and stuff like that. You feel me? It's like it's not really nutritious at any point. And that's just one little example, but it's a lot more. It's a lot of other ways too, like eating hamburgers, like bread and meat. You feel me? You want to eat. The ideal way to eat meat is like eat the meat by itself, like an hour before you eat anything else. You feel me? Because you got to give your system some time to digest that. Because we're naturally plant eaters. We're not supposed to eat meat, or we're not designed to, rather. So it's like when you think about the amount of energy it takes just to digest and turn that meat like down to the amino acids, you feel me? It's a lot of energy.
Oh hell yeah!
It's a lot of energy, and
that like we really supposed to only eat this much of protein or whatever your meat protein is. But people don't just eat this much. Like
it's never that simple.
Like I said, 10 pieces of chicken. That's not fitting in here. That's probably like 2-3. Like, and
then the portions and every other portion too. Like the portions of rice too. What is it? What should it be? Like a third of your like a third or a fourth of your plate. I don't remember, but I know it's not as much as we all eating.
Yeah,
it should be a very small amount. But yeah,
I forgot how to measure it. It's I forgot how to measure it, but I know this is protein. But
it's a lot of keys, a lot of ways to manage like the way you eat, and it matters.
See, like I feel like you could give people advice on how to eat and what they should eat and what they should put in their diet and whatever. Because like I get people hit me up on Instagram all the time, like, "Yo, what should I be eating?" And I break it down, whatever. But like at the end of the day, you still got to do the work. You feel me? Like.
That swallowing was loud. My fault.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, like I just said, I just had red velvet cake and sweet potato pie yesterday. So I have my like guilty moments, not guilty pleasures, whatever. But like, my 90% is pretty like strong. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And that's what matters.
That's what really matters.
Like I've been eating a lot of pie, but it's like every Thanksgiving that. I indulge in some sweet potato pie, and it's just literally I don't eat sweet potato pie any other day. It's crazy, and that's my favorite pie. Like I love that shit to death. But for now, that's what it is.
All right.
But yeah, food is an interesting dilemma. Not really a dilemma, but can't really explain what I'm trying to say. It's the way that it's marketed to us. Yeah. Because honestly, it's like the things that make food good, what we consider good food, is like sugar, salts, and oil. So it's like that's what we consider good food, but that's also like the worst foods to consume in excess. You feel me? Like I don't know, not plants. Animals don't consume stuff like that in excess. Usually, they never have obesity problems because they don't consume byproducts of food like that. I was just listening to a podcast and they were just saying like sugar and salts and stuff like that. Like sugar is like a byproduct of food. So like if you're eating a banana, it's like sugar is a concentrated byproduct, and it's not healthy to consume that in excess. You feel me? But if you're eating the banana, eating it whole is a lot more healthy because of the way that it's like distributed in the body. I can't really.
This is the type of
remember.
like.
It's like the nature of what you're consuming. If that makes sense.
The form.
Yeah,
the sugar.
form of it.
Yeah. Like
so,
any sugar from fruit is way better than getting a tablespoon
concentrated
of sugar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's just like an unrefined, or refined rather. It's just shitty. Don't eat it. I'm blanking today. It's really long week.
Yeah.
So blanking today, but yeah, just be wary of stuff like that. You know, high blood sugar, all that stuff is a thing. You feel me? And that's another thing too. Like fasting can help stuff like that. You know, lowers blood pressure and stuff like that too. So
I would be careful with people that are diabetic. Though I wouldn't like. You know, you got to really regulate your blood sugar at that point. But,
yeah, you got to be wary.
Yeah, but it's crazy though. Like,
and then you could. I don't mean to cut you.
No, you good. I forgot what was I saying. No, I was about to say it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing too is food addiction. Like you can literally be addicted to food. I feel like I was
about to say that. That's what I was about to say. Like a lot of, like you were saying on the point of the sugar, the oils, and the salts. These are all like, I don't know about the salts and the oils. I know the oils carry like the flavor and everything.
Yeah.
But the sugars, especially, is essentially a drug. So like, what it is that it's a dopamine booster. But then people don't realize they have dopamine overloads. And that's a whole nother issue in itself. But the reason why you have such a emotional connection to these sugary foods and everything is because you realize, like another point you said, like they market food. What emotion they'll usually market? They're like, this food will make you happy.
They attach emotions to it.
Weird. Essentially,
it is
depressive.
Weird. Yeah.
We're in a depressing like times, like COVID, everything. So yeah, Uber Eats, they're gonna put like 15 Uber Eats commercials out there about all the fast foods that you get to your house in 5 seconds, and like all that stuff. Like,
he throwing up again? I'm so sorry.
Is he? Oh,
my fault.
Yeah.
But yeah,
nah, but it's crazy. Like, all of those things are linked together. Like, you'll never see no promotion about like healthy foods, and if it does, it's not really that appealing. Or like, it's one of those, it's too late now, you need to eat healthy kind of commercials. Like, fuck.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, so like, yeah, they definitely target like they associate emotionally like
vulnerable
people, like people that want to feel happy. They attack them with, all right, yeah, you know, eat this, you'll be happy. Yeah, you're gonna be happy because you're fucking shooting up your dopamine receptors.
It's funny because sugar has been classified as a drug.
Right.
Like literally, some say it's as harmful, if not worse, than cocaine. You feel me? When it comes to the effect that it has on your dopamine receptors, it's like, it's pretty dangerous stuff. And it's like, we're not even really supposed to consume sugar like that.
Right.
I remember I had posted this fact, a little fun fact. I think it was like, I don't remember what the amount of sugar was. But I think the whole idea was like, it takes what, like 4 or 5 pancreases to digest sugar.
Yeah, I remember you was telling me about that.
Yeah, and we only have 1 pancreas, so it's like, you feel me? That just goes to show the amount of harm that sugar can do to you.
Something I learned from the book too, is that don't lose it. What was I about to say?
Sugar, pancreas.
No, yeah, sugar, but sugar essentially,
dopamine.
when you eat sugar, it essentially makes you more hungry, which can cause overeating.
That makes
like
sense.
a high sugar diet.
Because it's like a, I mean, I feel like what you're getting at is the effect that it has on, like, the dopamine effect.
Yeah.
You want more because it causes you want more pleasure. Yeah.
It causes
so you keep going back to that.
Right. Yeah. And it's also the whole the nutrition factor of it. It's not much nutrition, so you won't feel full. There's no protein.
Yeah.
It's no. It is carbs, but not the type of carbs that you want to be consuming.
Yeah.
And protein, you need protein to feel more full. So you just eating a whole bunch of empty carbs. Yeah.
Not doing that for yourself.
Yeah. Definitely gonna overeat because I personally could eat a bag of fruit snacks.
Yeah. Same.
That's 700 calories. But do not feel like 700 calories.
Yeah.
You give me 700 calories worth of chicken or
You'll
fish.
be a big man.
I'm like, yo, I can't even. Ugh.
Yeah, that sounds like toxic.
Word.
That sounds like poison.
Like,
so, yeah, it can definitely get hairy when it comes to like consuming that stuff and not being like paying attention. Definitely gets hairy.
And it also affects your immune system too. Like, you got to think about that. We're in a time where we need to really just be health conscious about our immune system. You know, just in general, just take care of our lives better. And try not to fall into the system of convenience and what's easy and fast. Like,
yeah, just because it's easy and fast, that don't mean go for it.
Yeah, we're in a time where everything is accessible as far as knowledge. So I think we should just really do our research on what we should be doing. Like, I know we're not in the environment to like do farming and stuff, but like support your local farms. Definitely have local farms that we could support in our areas.
They here too. It's just all it takes is to Google them. They here.
There's one in Ironbound. That's where I did the where I sold the rest of my candles at.
Right.
It's one in the Ironbound section. Crazy. I never even heard about it until that day. Like,
yeah, unless you go looking for it, you ain't gonna find it.
Exactly.
There's a couple in Montclair. Two that I've what's the word? Volunteered at. So it goes a long way.
Yeah.
When it comes to farming too, I feel like I feel like I would eat meat if it came from a farm.
I was just saying that yesterday.
Like if I knew that bit was like raised well and you wasn't like congested and had fear in your heart when you died, you feel me? I could eat that. That's a whole nother thing too. Like in these slaughter homes, like these and this sort of, whether you want to believe it or not, this sort of contributes to like our anxiety and like the emotions and stuff like that we feel, because when these things are being killed and slaughtered, they're in conditions where they're like super stressed out and they're super scared, so there are like fear hormones running through their bodies, released into their blood. You kill them at that moment, now you eating all of that, that's being absorbed into the meat that you eat.
Energy never dies. Energy never dies.
Now you consuming that, so it definitely matters. It definitely plays a part. But if I knew where my food was raised, I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't eat it too often, of course, but probably like once a month or like, twice a month type shit. I definitely would indulge.
That's how
I'm gonna look into it soon.
That's how they used to do it back in the day, man. Like,
exactly.
You feel me?
Like when the winter came,
can't really eat too much meat.
In certain areas, it's like if it's not available, it's not available. You gotta hunt.
Right. Like,
so.
And if they did catch a meat, they rationed the fuck out of it for it to last for the whole season.
And they respected it too. They use every part of the animal. Feel me? The fur of what? Like a bison or elk or something like that. You feel me? They use the fur, the horns, everything.
Yeah, things are just too accessible, man. Like, things are just too easy. Yeah. I could just go outside and go grab some fucking chicken nuggets right now. It shouldn't be that easy. Shouldn't be that easy.
It sucks. That's just the life we live in. But like I said, it's like once you're aware of it, then you can move accordingly. But unless you know of it and are willing to take action, keep digging yourself a bigger hole.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like a rabbit hole when it comes to food, man. Just talking about food and where your food comes from and what it can cause, and the type of people that support these things. It's crazy. And then it's like the position that they're trying to keep you in with the foods that they're providing you.
Yeah, because if you get obese, then you got to talk about healthcare. Not everybody has healthcare. So now we're talking about pouring thousands and thousands of dollars into healthcare that you can't afford. And now you're in debt and hospital bills. And
you know where it get freaky at? You want to know where it get real freaky at?
Where?
The people who you going to for this healthcare.
Oh my God.
They funding the people that's giving you the food that put you in that place.
Right.
So it get real freaky. Yeah, I ain't gonna go too much farther on that.
Word. But you know, like, it's
it's just things to think about.
Connected,
it's
man.
things to think about.
It's all connected, like, for real. Like,
get real freaky.
Like, no offense to some doctors, you know, there's decent doctors, but it's a lot of patients.
Yeah. They
do enough to keep you alive because that's my money. But you got to come back to me, though.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I need that. I need that check, shit.
Yeah.
No, it'll be good for like a month. Pull back up though.
Exactly.
Check on you.
Yeah.
Give you another reason to come back real quick.
They're not gonna give you all. Well, they will tell you to work out. They'll definitely tell you that.
But bro, when you think about it though, there wouldn't be a healthcare system if we all ate right.
Yeah.
Like food is the original medicine, bro. And that's just how I look at it for the most part.
That's true.
Cause it's like, it's just not more to say on that note.
Because you look at it like this, like they give you options. They also know you're probably not gonna do none of this shit because it's like you coming to me, and I'll just give you medicine, you feel better, and then you go about your way. Yeah. Damn.
Hella useless, bro. I remember I went to the doctor one time and I asked him for like, I don't remember what the situation was, but he just gave me an antibiotic and then told me to dip. I felt no different. Like nothing changed. Antibiotics aren't even really good for you. It's like he just made me worse off leaving that place. Nothing was solved. And it's like whatever. I'm healthier now just by, you feel me, doing my own research and eating better. Like,
Word.
So.
But yeah, man. I mean, before we go into like a deeper rabbit hole, I think we good right here.
Yeah, for sure. Because this is something we could ramble on a lot about this. It's a lot that could come up. But, figure that since it's Thanksgiving, you feel me, it's a nice little topic to touch on, talk to the people about. But yeah.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
For sure. Unless you're allergic to apples.
Then do an orange or a banana.
That works too.
Just start your day off with fruit and water. Lime water. Macaroon, lime water. A little honey in there if you can't handle the taste.
Drink some tea too.
Drink some tea.
Tea do wonders for the body. It's different types of herbs that'll really, give you a nice little kickstart, make you feel good. You feel me? That ginkgo biloba, ginseng. There's other alternatives to coffee. Not as potent maybe, but
Word.
There's a lot more alternatives out there.
Word up.
But yeah. So I think that'll wrap it up for this one.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week, man. About to go to bed.
Yeah, stay safe.